My first question is, this is sort of a bit of an interesting situation given that the Thorns and the Wave very recently played each other like 5 weeks ago. But there have been a lot of changes on both sides, and now we're already back to this number one versus number two matchup. So I'm just curious sort of what the messaging has been within the team. I imagine there's a bit of opportunity maybe to redeem yourselves after the last result. So we'll start there, just sort of what the conversation has been as you prepare to see a team that you recently saw.
Yeah, well, obviously San Diego is a very good team. They have a lot of very talented players. I think they've been playing really well together. So for us, it's about, knowing that, but at the same time focusing on ourselves. I think even in the short amount of time since we last played them, we've grown a lot. We've adapted to a lot of things. We've adjusted a lot of things. So I think it's just about implementing that tomorrow, and just remaining true to ourselves and focusing on the game plan. But obviously, we respect every team we play, and San Diego is, like I said, a great team. So it's gonna take everybody, and yeah, hopefully we just put on a good performance for our fans at home. I think it's always fun playing at home, so I think that'll be hopefully the difference.
And then my follow-up, there's been a lot of debate recently about a potential calendar flip in the NWSL, and I've heard some players like Trinity over the weekend starting to speak up a little bit more about their feelings about that. So I'm curious if you have an opinion or think that there are things that people just need to be considering as this discussion sort of continues to unfold.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's arguments for both both schedules, but you know, at the end of the day, I think this league is different than Europe in a lot of ways. I guess I haven't really thought a lot about where I stand on that situation, but I think there's a lot of climates that would not be fun to play in come winter time. And we just added Columbus, so you can add that one right in there with that. But yeah, I think that's just going to be an ongoing discussion, and it will be what it will be. But I think that whoever's making the decision just has to take everything into account, obviously, when making a decision that's that important.
All right, go ahead, Alex.
Hi, Sophia. So you got your first goal since your return on Sunday, which was amazing. Right now, the Wave right now are undefeated. So how does it feel kind of have that goal under you going into what could be a very pivotal matchup for this season?
Yeah, I said after the game, I feel like that goal was a long time coming for me, and I'm the type of player that usually once I get one, more start coming. So hopefully that's the case, but at the end of the day, it just is the result that matters the most, however we get those goals. I think we've been playing really great as a team. We've been making little steps each game, and that's the most important thing is that we continue to do that against a really good team.
No follow up from you, Alex. Okay, go ahead,
No
Brenna.
follow-up.
Hi, Sophia. I hope you can hear me okay. I'm in a coffee shop right now. Just was curious, what was it like to see the reaction to your goal online? Because so many people were just so excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, I just felt so much love and support, and I think it it was more than just a goal. I think for a lot of people, I think it was showing moms all around the world and people who watch soccer that women are pretty incredible, and it's incredible what our bodies can do, and to get back to playing at a high level and doing that, I think for me it meant more, but I think for a lot of people it meant more, and I felt a lot of love from everyone, my teammates, um, just being really happy for me because they've seen the work that I've put in and seen, every day hasn't been easy, but I've stayed true to the process, and yeah, it just felt like a relief, honestly.
What was it like seeing Trinity's reaction in particular?
It was cute to see that. I had no idea she was doing a live stream. But it was super cute to see. We obviously we're not on the same team, but that's like my sister, and we're gonna support each other all the time. And yeah, I definitely felt a lot of love from her.
All right, and then I got a question that we got sent to us from Fook Nguyen at All for 11 and AP. He asks, on the pitch, it seems like you and Raylan have so much freedom to roam the wings. To see those two blossom and knowing you have reinforcements coming in Kai and Morgan, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, it's so much fun to play with Raylan. I think she's grown a lot just for the few years that we've been playing together, and it's been fun to build that relationship and continue to build it. I think we can continue to get so much better playing together. But having her out there on the wing is definitely fun. She's fast, she's technical, she can score all sorts of goals. So it's fun to play with Ray, and just having that interchange, is important. I think everyone on the front line should be able to play every position on the front line, and we definitely pride ourselves in being able to rotate and be fluid and go where the spaces are.
And then his follow up is San Diego Wave are coming off five straight wins, including over Portland. How does the team find a way past them in this 1 versus 2 matchup?
Yeah, I think we don't really pay attention to that. Like each game is a new opportunity to play, the best soccer that we can play and put the pieces together. We don't focus too much on records or standings at this point of the season. It's so early. There's still a long ways to go, and as we've seen in this league in previous years, like anything can happen. So we really are just focused on the game that's right in front of us, and whoever it's against, we focus on ourselves and know that if we do what we need to do and take care of business, then hopefully we'll get the result that we need.
Ezra, just want to see if you had any questions. I didn't see your hand raised.
No, I missed the very beginning. My only question, maybe it's reiterating, what does it mean to be back in Portland playing in front of these fans, and what does it mean to have the Portland Thorns fans behind you at Providence?
Yeah, it's always so special playing at home. I think you kind of, when you leave and you play in other stadiums and in front of other fans, you just, the more excited you are to get back home and play in front of this crowd. They show up no matter what, whether it's on a Wednesday or a Saturday, raining, sunny. We know we're gonna get, a crowd that's passionate and cheering us on for 90 plus minutes. So I'm very excited for tomorrow to be back home, and I know the rest of the team is too.
So going into tomorrow's matchup, it's 1 versus 2. I know it's early in the season, but what does it mean to be having an opponent at such a high level, especially at this point as you guys are still sorting out what your presence on the pitch is?
I mean, if you ask me, that's the most fun game to have, right? The top two in the table, and you are one of them. I love that, and I think we have we played them and they beat us last game, so we want to make sure we have a better performance this game. But we put ourselves in a really good spot right now with 6 games and picking up some really good wins away and home, and going to go into this game. But the main thing is though to keep developing, because we still have very young time together, so we need to make sure we have that. But obviously a big game at our stadium in front of our fans, so we really much want to have a good performance and a win.
At the end of the match over the weekend, that one goal that did sneak its way in, it almost felt like it caught some of the team a little off guard. Is that something that you guys discussed?
Yeah, we addressed this today. So I think it's 7 people turning their back when they get the free kick, and I'm going to be honest, I'm turned my back as a coach as well. So that's kind of the mentality. We want to be present at all time until the game is over, and we need to work on that. I think that was obviously a small second we lost the presidency, and they scored. So we need to be aware of that. And now we didn't take any points from us, but it took away a clean sheet and a good feeling from that. So we need to learn from that.
And then finally, you've got a lot of players that were in various international capacities, doing all kinds of things. You're now getting the whole team back together. What are you finding as both things that players are bringing back from their international camps and things that you're now realizing you really need to double down on with everybody in the same house?
I think the mixture of working with some of the players for 2.5 weeks, with taking the next step in how we want to play and how we want to act in different phases, to get players back and make sure they get to know what we spoke about, but also make sure they adapt to me again and not the head coach they had for 2 weeks with the national teams. And if you also go to what they had in result-wise, if they won or if they drew, if they lost, if they didn't play in that day, and so on, so you have the mental aspect where you need to make sure everybody's on the same page to be up fighting. So we had a good game against Angel City, but we needed to pick that 11 and that roster the same day they came back. So now we have had one day more together and make sure we go for the next game. So this league is crazy with that. But I think we are back. We are now having the second game from the national team break. And I think we just see that we have a really strong roster. If you look at Caroline coming in and play the last game, for example. So we're getting more and more people who compete to play. Renee came in the minutes as well. So for me, it's very crucial that we show everybody that we have a big roster and that we're using the roster, because I want to have a competition. I want to have a strength. I want to make sure we grow for the playoff if we reach there.
Great. I'll pass it on for now.
All right. Got a couple of questions sent in to us from Fook. I'll go ahead and read them to you here, Robert. Without giving too much away, only loss of the season has been to San Diego. Just adjustments that you and the coaching staff are looking to be made for this rematch.
I think that game started very bad. We started with a bad kickoff and a bad structure, and then they scored after 1 minute, and that kind of affected the whole game. We were not compact. We were not pressing in a good way. We were not good in the build. I think that was not a good game. So there's a lot of things we need to improve from that game, but it's been better and better from that game to now. I think San Diego is still a very good team, but we just need to make sure we look the way we have looked the last games, and make sure we also have a plan for their X factor players, because they have some really good players. So we need to make sure we defend well. But every week is a new game where we kind of trying to develop what we are doing, and then there's an opponent. Now it's San Diego again, and we don't really change too much just because we play against them, but we're going to make sure we are aware of the last game and being better.
Your approach in the first short week was to go for it. Are you in the same mindset this time around? Are you expecting changes?
I will definitely go for it. We want to win this game, and we want to always win in front of our fans. So we're going to go for it 100%. And we have a strong roster. We don't have any injuries. We have people knocking on the door to start the game and finish the game. So we will play a very strong 11, and we will have a really good bench as well. And we're going to definitely go for it.
Do you foresee Caroline Calzada with more opportunities moving forward?
She will definitely play more this season. She had a brilliant game. She shows that she can compete, and she's a part of this team for the future as well. So I can probably guarantee that she will play more this season.
All right, and then last one from Fook. Renee Lyles made her pro debut. What have you seen from her and Jenny Emethan in training?
These are the players we signed the last day, basically, before we started up. And I think both of them had a good preseason when I was not here. So I heard some really good stuff from Sarah, Vitas, and the team, that they had some good weeks. I saw their Monterrey game when they had a friendly game before the league started as well. Renee scored 3, I think, in that game. Yeah. Obviously, adapting to the roster, to the tempo, but trains very well. And I think Renee's last 2 weeks has been just, better and better and better. So for me, it's kind of like she deserved to play. She got the minutes. I think she showed that she deserved to play. She will learn from that and still competing. Jenny's waiting for a chance to get the minutes, of course, but she trains well as well. So hopefully they can keep pushing and keep developing and get more and more minutes.
All right. Ezra, going to bring it back to you if you have any follow-ups.
Yeah, I could throw 2 in there. I get the first one. Is it okay to ask about the Emma topic?
The what?
Emma being there?
Yes. Yeah, you're more than welcome.
Okay, cool. So knowing that Emma Hayes is going to be around and getting to watch the match, any chance that you've had to interact with her? Any thoughts on how our national team, our club teams can be working with the national team, even though we do have a diverse set of players?
Before I came here, I had a meeting with Lisa Cole, her assistant. So we are collaborating, obviously, with the national team very much, and I do it with other national teams as well. But the key thing for me when I work in a country is to respect that country and those players from that. That is kind of very important. I'm a part of the U.S. national team pathway for the players, and you need to do it in this country, because you cannot have too many foreign players like in Europe. So obviously we are helping each other and supporting each other, and I think we have 2 players who was in the roster last time. We have a few who is in under 23s. We have probably a few more coming up with Caroline that could be knocking on that door. So I think I'm going to push everything I can to have as many American national team players as possible. And I played against Emma when she was in Chelsea. I met her when they had a camp at Tottenham Hotspur with the national team as well. So I met her a few times, and I'm quite impressed how much she wins, of course. So no, it's good to have her here, and hopefully we can get a win in front of her.
And then finally, there's a lot of conversation right now about schedules. Now that you're here in the NWSL, getting a taste of the American schedule. Do you have any thoughts on keeping it the way it is or flipping to match you up?
I mean, for me, obviously I have my own opinion about everything, but for me, I'm also very much focusing on what I'm going to focus on is to develop players and win games. I've played this way in Sweden as well. It's the same where we have the different from the rest of Europe because of the weather and everything. So I'm used to doing this, and then I was in England and felt like how it is to connect with the rest of the world with that. That's a benefit in one way. But this country is big. It's a lot of sports. It's a lot of stadiums. It's a lot of stuff. So to ask me would be the wrong guy to ask to say what we should do. I will respect whatever decision they take, and I will just keep working hard to win games and develop players. And if I get my break in the summer or the winter, I just deal with that.
Just one more question. You've now had a little bit of time. I know you got you joined the team in very short order. It was kind of rushed. As you've settled in, any thoughts on Portland? And do you have a favorite spot for coffee yet?
You know what? It's every day I'm trying, or not every day, but every moment I get, I'm trying to get to a new part of the town or outside the town, and I just feel like there's so different styles in these different areas, and I think it's great restaurants. It's definitely good coffee shops and everything. But the right one, I cannot really brand anything. I just know that I'm definitely not going to buy any more Americano. I'm going to buy brewed coffee. That's what we go for in the US.
That's right. Drip coffee all the way. That's all I got. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ezra.